expectation. You don't expect things to get any better. And when you lose hope, brothers and sisters, you've lost everything. When you can keep on expecting to do better, when you can keep on looking for a better way, when you can keep on expecting some things to happen that has not happened, you still got life if you've got hope. But the minute you stop expecting and looking forward to the days to come and for things to get better, you are operating too long and have been operating too long in deficiency. So you lower your expectation. Deficiency limits your options, but then if you are not careful, deficiency will last for generations. If you find yourself operating in deficiency, chances are your grandparents operated in deficiency. Your parents grew up in deficiency. And you find yourself now in deficiency, and if you're not careful, the trend will continue. Your children will be operating in deficiency, and your children's children, and on down to generations to come, will be operating in deficiency, because if you're not careful, deficiency will limit your options, lower your expectations, and it will last for generations. This woman is at a point of giving up. This woman is at a point of throwing in the towel because she's dealing with deficiency. And the deficiency is caused by three things. First of all, her husband is dead. Everybody say her husband is dead. Secondly, her holdings are depleted. Everybody say her holdings are depleted. And then thirdly, her household is on the verge of being divided. Her husband is dead. Her holdings are depleted. Her household is about to be divided. Her husband is dead. Okay? The Bible describes her as a widow, which means that her husband has died. All right? The Bible says she's a widow. And in the culture that this woman found herself in is a culture whereby her currency was tied to her covering. Okay? Her currency, her money was tied to her covering, which was her husband. And because her husband had passed away, her currency, her money, had passed away as well. When her covering died, her currency died also. In other words, the day her husband died is the day that, watch this, she moved from her husband being dead to her holdings being depleted. Her money was drying up. Her holdings were depleted. In fact, she couldn't even now legally hold on to her own flesh and blood, because she, by her own admission, says that because her husband left her in debt, that the creditor was coming to take her two sons and hold them as bond slaves to pay off her husband's debt. So her husband is dead, her holdings are depleted, and her household is about to be divided, because according to Leviticus 25 and 39, anybody who owed a debt to somebody, whoever the debt was owed to, had the right to come in and take the children out of the home. Now, the debt could be forgiven on the day of Jubilee, but the day of Jubilee only came around every 50 years. And chances are this mother would never see her sons again, because 50 years was a mighty long time. So look at the woman.